All right, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the KDL Week 3. We are going to be kicking it off. First game of the day here. We have 3 games in total, 3 INS games, so they're going to be bangers, no doubt. But nonetheless, my name is Crimson, and I am joined by Dilly, the AD carry from CG. Dilly, welcome.
Thanks, Grim.
Welcome. As we are going to be getting immediately into this draft here, INS is blue side, which is, against kind of their creed because it seems like they've took an oath so far, at least into the season, to strictly play that red side, but now they are playing, so to speak, out of their shell. Do you think this is going to kind of hinder them in any way?
I don't believe so. I don't think getting counter on last pick is that important. I think if they have a really strong B1 in mind, I think they can make it work for sure.
Well, that's the story as well for INS, where they've typically R5 top lane. So I'm interested to see here what they be. One Jinx is still available, and we have been seeing a lot of Jinx spam. Hecarim would be a huge spicy pick, and that will be the Hecarim. More than likely going to be jungle here, locked in for J-Stacks on INS.
And I like that pick away too because Adam on the side of World Enders, big Hecarim enjoyer. We've seen him
Right?
hard carry games on it, so I like that B1 from INS.
Well, I mean, it's just a crazy thing for Hecarim to be available. You have PR now going into that jungle position. Adam as well can switch out. They have multiple options here on the team. I'm actually surprised that they are not banning, Riven, Garen, anything towards the top side that could kind of be dangerous. Set is still up and available as well. We have seen Issy, we have seen Ugo play it. The thing, and I think you said this priorly when we did cast that World Enders game, or it might have been someone else, but nonetheless, the hard part about World Enders is that it's incredibly difficult to draft against them, in the sense that they have so many players that could
They're
go
flexible.
anywhere. Yeah, could go anywhere, can play anything, and we are going to be seeing that B1 Janna and the Zac. Janna, I think in the last showing was super oppressive versus, I want to say LDO.
I can't remember who it was against, but it definitely looked good. That's one of PR's preferred support picks, so probably going to see him on the support here. They're probably keeping Adam in the jungle despite Evelyn being up. So interesting to see that they're not opting for the early Garen or the early Evelyn, as they did that in previous games, and they lost some of those games.
This
So
could potentially be a Caitlyn Lux bot lane, because I know that Majestic has really liked playing that Lux. I'm actually surprised that they don't want to go out for the Jinx here. I feel like Jinx would be so much comfortable, and wow, that is going to be okay. Soraka, Caitlyn. I got kind of baited there for a second, thinking it was Yumi. Soraka, Caitlyn, nonetheless. So essentially, even if there is a Jinx, I think INS's biggest hope is bot plays safe and they win elsewhere on the map.
I think that Soraka's a pretty good matchup into the Janna as well. I think that if they play the lane correctly, manage the waves well, that Hecarim can look for bot ganks pretty easily. But
Right?
we'll have to see. And that is a Kennen locked in.
Yeah, I mean that's something else that when you talk about the composition of World Enders, how could you leave open the Kennen? And we've had Elawar leave it open, and look how far that got us. But nonetheless, Kennen going to be locked in here. Still could be flexed, whether that's top lane or mid. Adam as well can still flex as well.
Yeah, it could be top lane Kennen because then technically Adam's off role if he's playing top lane Kennen, right,
Right?
instead of mid lane. So
Yep.
uh, I was under the impression that he wasn't allowed to play mid because his rank would be too high. I'm not sure if this matching of players that they're gonna have would bring the average rank down
I
enough.
believe you are right. Yeah. And it seems like the World Enders actually did have a blank ban that is Victor, apparently. So it is a Victor for the side of the World Enders being taken off the board, as well as the Annie. Now the final ban of this first game here for INS will be, if I had to imagine, I'd probably say Jinx, or maybe Aphelios as well.
I would probably throw, yeah, a Jinx ban makes sense. I probably would have thrown another ban at Raul. He definitely has the potential to carry on the side of World Enders.
Right?
I haven't seen too much of what if Ugu ends up going AD this game. I haven't seen too much of what he plays, so I'm really
The
not sure.
Garen,
Like,
the Garen, that prize possession,
oh,
possession,
top
sorry,
lane, yeah, top
still
lane for
is up.
sure.
But like you said, then it opens up that dialogue where, we're talking about ranks, and it's like, can this even happen? Can, Adam even play mid? And I want to say the answer is no, but we might need some clarification here from our rule guy. But nonetheless, it will be an Ashe here. That is going to be R4. If you do not know how the draft system works, R5 is always counterpick. B4, B5 here are going to be pretty much blind here. Because again, Kennen could be flexed, so you kind of need something good against both. Oh,
It's going to be the Lux for Zed.
yep. Lux
I
in lane.
kind of expected him to lean more towards the Oriana here with the Hecarim.
Yeah, I would have
Just throw the
thought
ball on him, but
100%.
you can follow up with the Lux ult as well. Super short cooldown into the late game as well. You just spam it on like a 25-second CD.
You know what? This comp actually looks really good here for the side of the Worldlanders to play Garen into. They also could get away with the cheeky Jace. GP would still be good here. Or if you do want to play it, and this is kind of a flex in of itself, Yone. Yone would be really, really good. Yone does counter Fiora actually as well. So we could be looking at a Yone gaming moment here. Not a lot of mobility on the side of INS. They're pretty much looking at a disengaged comp, because I think that with the power of Zac and Kennen on flanks, it's going to be very, very difficult. And Yone Yasuo kind of two pods in the same P. Two Ps in the same pod. It's different up here. It's different.
And we get the Yasuo lock in. Now, that's kind of interesting. If it's a mid lane, I don't think that's the best pick in Deluxe personally. If it's top lane, I also don't think it's that great into Fiora. So I'm interested to see where this Yasuo goes and how it goes.
Yeah, and we are going to be now rotating over into the client. And again, that is just going to be redoing the draft more or less. Man, this is going to kind of be weird here, but you might need to take over for just a second. Again, this is kind of weird to say, but I do smell gas. So I'm not quite sure what that gas smell is, but I'll be right back here.
No worries. Go take care of that. Well, while Krim is inspecting the potential gas leak in his home, just looking at the team comps here, we get a lot of comfort on the side of World Enders with the Janna, Buchanan, not so much the Yasuo and the Ashe, but if that is Raul playing jungle, which I have a feeling it is, I've seen Raul play Zac, and he does pretty well on it. And then on the side of INS, we've seen not Trizzy, we've seen Jay play Hecarim once this season already. He had a pretty decent showing on it, if I remember correctly. Rose has, as he's been saying it, battling with his demons and practicing Caitlyn. So I'm not surprised to see him pick that. Soraka, staple pick from Willow. The most interesting pick on the side of INS is the Fiora for me. I haven't seen Trizzy play it. I haven't seen it in his match history. So I'm not sure how proficient he is on it. But if he can get ahead early, that's a champion that you can just snowball and just hard carry games on. And I imagine they're going through the draft right now. Let me see. Yep. Sorry, I was looking at a different screen than this one. But yeah, as I thought, it is Raul on the Zac. I guess it's going to be Adam mid lane. Is he top? So Lux may have a rough time into Adam's Kennen.
Yep.
And Krim is back.
I am back. Thank you in chat. That tip opened the window did help immensely. I can't believe I didn't think about that. That definitely saved, this game in the stream.
Also glad that there is no actual gas leak.
Yeah. But nonetheless, it does seem like Adam is gonna go mid. I am looking here, and yeah, we do have clarification that it is fine, since Dab Twice, who, is naturally plat 4, plat 3, would be role swapping. So he goes down to about gold 2, gold 3-ish. And then with, obviously, the top laner swaps and Everything else we are looking at, slightly higher than their cap, but I think just about at that ranked overall KDL cap. So this is technically allowed. I'm surprised at what I'm looking at because it really seems like this is like a pseudo or proto Yasuo comp. I like it. I like the capabilities it has. Zach obviously so invasive as a jungler. Likes to just charge up that E from half a screen away, and with the lack of mobility in the bot lane and the mid lane, it should kind of get dire, especially if you don't have, some of those strong choke points or strong initiation places where Zach can absolutely get things going warded. I do see it being fairly easy for Soraka as long as she does have her E to silence the Zac mid-flight. Janna Ashe, that's pretty much poke. Janna walks up with W. Thankfully, you have that Soraka to mitigate it here, but as we are going to go into our 3-minute spectator delay, I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on who you think is going to win this game based on comps.
Um, if I take the names off of the players here and I just look at the champions, I like the side of INS here more. I feel like you have more ways to potentially, carry the game, team fights. I think that the side of World Enders is kind of volatile. Um, we'll have to see how it goes though. It's hard to say. World Enders definitely has an interesting comp, but once you slap the names back on the players and you realize, okay, Adam is playing Kennen. This guy was 400 LP Masters Kennen this season, or season 11. So he's pretty good at the champion. You kind of have to be worried about it.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said, they did actually ask, rules wise before the game started whether this composition was allowed. Issy top, roll, or dab twice jungle, Adam farm mid, and Ugu PR bot. And it was. But I'm surprised as much as probably everyone watching this that Kennen actually went through. Uh, I can't imagine there's a world where you want to even take that chance that like he is not jungle and you go
I
and
mean,
leave Kennen open.
if your impression is that Adam's not allowed to play mid, then
Oh,
I can see you
100%.
leaving the cannon up.
I mean,
And
but
then
we've
like if he
seen,
plays at top, we'll deal with it. But
right. I
I
mean,
was under the
to the
impression he
same
wasn't
sense.
allowed. So if I was on the side of INS, I probably wouldn't have banned it either here.
I mean, I'm just shocked because Roll can play top lane Kennen as well, Ugu can as well. So, I mean, it's just a general pick that you just want to deny, especially if they are entering into the comp. But I mean, like for INS's comp, I'm with you. To be honest with you, like I'm really surprised that Oriana was actually not selected. Oriana Fiora, nice pairing. Oriana Hecarim, nice pairing. Um, yeah, I mean, I like this comp a lot on the side of World Enders. Caitlyn Soraka, Ashe, Janna, not a lot going. I feel like Ashe has just way more initiation, especially hitting that 6 mark. And when you hit 6, that's a target that's stunned there for I want to say like 1.5 seconds or so, scaling upwards. And Zach has just a free E and potentially can lead into a lot more if Yasuo is nearby.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Rose picks up the cleanse here. I think it would be really beneficial for him in this game. But we'll have to wait and see in 20 seconds what he did.
I just realized that we did not even confirm whether or not spectators were allowed for all.
Well, fingers crossed.
So yeah, so we're gonna have a dandy time checking if this is enabled or not, as we are gonna be
Maybe we won't even
slowly
have
but
to
surely.
check.
Well, hopefully.
Knocking on wood.
Yeah, knocking on wood. For those of you who are not aware, for whatever reason, on this new 12.1 patch for spectating, there seems to be a nocturne bug where, the whole screen turns dark and it seems like you need to unlock every single character in the game in order to watch the match. But thankfully, that doesn't seem to be the case, as we have loaded into the game nonetheless. We will be switching screens. And yeah, I mean, I'm excited for an incredible and fun game overall.
Both team comps definitely have a way that they want to play the game. We'll just have to see which one can execute it better. And World Enders might be looking for a cheeky invade on the top side, or they might just be looking to stack in case INS is invading.
Well, this is the World Ender special. They typically do play towards this topside bush right now. They got the kill last time on LDO, and it does seem like they want a little bit more here. Kennen gonna go forward there with his, I believe that is the W. Getting a lot of poke down. Nice little Lux E to deter them from moving a bit more forward. They are going to be able to spot out that ward. Good rotation overall from Zed to fulfill, that promise of not allowing his top laner to die.
Yeah, I don't think there was any real threat there to Trizzy, unless World Enders wanted to blow a couple flashes, but...
I mean, Zach could start E as well.
He could, and then Fiora starts Q, and he Qs out of it.
Fair enough. Oh. There we go.
Oh,
one
that's the
CS
XP
lead.
advantage bot lane that they need.
Yeah. Well, jokes aside, it actually is. And what is this?
Oh, Ugu.
Ugu's actually in the bot lane here. He's going to get chunked out to about 50%. I'm not quite sure why he was there. Adam now looking to get things started. Jay is right next to him. Adam is actually beautifully zoning off Lux from this wave here. He's able to touch the wave since the blue minions are towards him, so he's still getting a lot of XP for this wave, but beautiful placement there. So even though his bot lane kind of loses out on that level lead, he surely makes up for it and already chunked to about 60 HP here for the INS mid laner.
And Zed's probably saying, like, this is illegal, this shouldn't be allowed, like, being zoned off your wave like that. That feels really bad, level 1, but like you said, really well played by Adam.
Yeah, and this has to be really, really scary to play here because there is an ignite for the Kennen. I don't think he really wants to pull the trigger anytime soon right now. He knows that Hecarim actually started that Raptor, so he is going to be moving towards that top side. So, despite having that level 2, there's not much you can do with it other than, keep up the immense pressure that Adam has been putting out.
Yep, and, we'll look for the early double crab potentially. Oh, we've seen some heavy trading.
Yeah, and
Adam's
that's all pots.
Electrocute proc.
All pots are out of Zed. So there's no more sustainability other than, just leveling up. Looking towards
Interesting
top
enough, Zed went for the cleanse as well.
Yep. Yeah, I think that they're primarily looking towards cleansing Kennen and Ashe arrow. I'm really surprised Rose didn't actually go it. Rose actually opting in here for exhaust. Jay is going to be charging up that E. Is just ghosting as well, trying to push him backwards. Q will miss, but they do trade for Adam's flash. So that is a sum for a sum. And it does seem like Zach is trying to initiate as well right onto this Hecarim. Lux has yet to move so far. That is going to be Zach E that will catch out on top of this Hecarim. Adam now going to be igniting as well. Huge smite coming out from Jay. Lux has not been able to move. I'm surprised she had all that time to move. Q from Lux barely going to miss out, and the E just barely missing by the chinny chin chin of this Kennen.
Yeah, I definitely would have liked to seen Lux move a little bit sooner there. I feel like she could have.
She definitely could have.
And definitely could have turned the fight there, because looking at Adam's HP. They're looking mid again.
Yep. Zach has entered the lane. That is going to be the Q for a flash. Janna also prepping that NATO. Will not be able to knock up this Lux just anytime soon. Bot lane now going to be shoving in that bot lane, CS, the bot lane wave as Ashe is coming back. She was hoping to get a nice little cheater recall, and they repeat it yet again. The cleanse blown incredibly early, but that unfortunately will go down to the support of World Enders. Oh, you gotta think, what was he trying to cleanse? Was he trying to cleanse the Zaki just in time?
That might have been the thought process. It might have been a panic cleanse. You can't cleanse knockups though.
No.
So it's really only good for like the Kennen stun and the Ashe ult. It's unfortunate.
Maybe
Kennen's getting
barrier,
really far ahead in this lane, and it's gonna be very hard for Lux to deal with this.
Might have been a barrier angle. I'm not quite sure. But
I think a barrier or a TP.
Well, I was wondering, why is it fixated on Adam? For whatever reason, we loaded into the game locked on Adam.
I guess we were on mid lane the entire time, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean...
We haven't even looked at the other lanes until now.
I mean, I was wondering, I'm like, oh, I guess they're not doing anything. I just noticed.
Yeah,
Apologies for
and
that.
I clued in when you mentioned it, but it's like, oh,
I didn't
wait,
even know.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
I'm
haven't
like,
looked
I
at
guess there is
anything.
a lot going on mid, and we are going to be looking at actually Hecarim invade that topside jungle. Very smart for PR to move here. They do sacrifice Ugo, unfortunately, who does have the flash available. Hecarim E is going to be charging up. It will knock her right into the wall. Ugo's trying to trade aggressively. Soraka Q will miss out. It will not grant any HP back. Ugu does get silenced and does take considerable amounts of damage, but it's nothing that he can't just sustain here, as they're getting so much more out of the top side of, Jay's map so far. Roll is definitely working this map.
Yeah, he's definitely picking up a lot of camps that Hecarim's gonna wonder where it went. And with Janna just being gone for so long, you really want to see them get something done bot lane, but Ashe is just standing back, farming with W.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice
mid
Q
lane
there.
again.
Oh, beautiful dodges! Oh, but he's just dead here, I think. Oh, one more! And that will be the cannon fadeaway.
So close by Zed there. He played that about as well as he could have. Dodged just about everything, died to the auto attacks, and then cannon E.
Huge wave now crashing. Wolves and Blue were taken away from JPR, now finally returning to the bot lane after a solid, I want to say 3 minutes to 4 minutes of just working on the map, attacking mid lane, getting a kill for himself, establishing deep vision as well with his jungler. Look at the blue side of, INS's, look at INS's blue side. Look at the deep wards there. They have so much vision control. They have so much map pressure right now that, even if you try to make a play towards top side and get Trizzy going, who is arguably, one of their top players, it's incredibly to do so. Yasuo just has so much information to read off of, whereas, like, Trizzy has just constantly been playing under tower for the most part. There's not much he can do.
Yeah, and like you said, he's playing under tower, so the vision stems from that. You have prio mid, you have prio top, and bot doesn't really have a whole lot of kill pressure, so they're able to just do this, just commanding lead on the vision.
I think Trizzy actually might just try to go in here. The Q will miss out on top of the Vital, which is incredibly unfortunate. Another NATO is being channeled here for the Yasuo. I believe Trizzy is just trying to parry it. But again, Raul is just invading this jungle right now. Lux E will not connect. He needs to be careful. Zac does have the E. Kennen has the ult. The Q from the Lux will miss out. The Ignite coming out. Will cleanse the Ignite, actually, and he survives with 1 HP. Zac E is charging up. The Soraka is able to flash out. Jay is trying to knock back Janna into the fray. Oh my god! Beautiful flash prediction there from Ugu, who nails the Soraka with the arrow, and they get the bot lane of INS, and they get a potential free walk to this dragon.
Yeah, huge play on the side of World Enders there, chunking out Zed. He can't really do much, so they know that they have the numbers advantage, and they run with it.
Wow. That was so much. And in chat, I do see the question of Adam playing mid. According to the rules, you need to be under a certain cap, and with this composition, the way that it is, Adam can play mid. The stats were verified, and that was asked prior to the match as well. Oh, Q from Lux going to be missing out as well. Adam is incredibly oppressive underneath this tower at this point as well. Kenny Q will miss. I just want to say, though, that I'm kind of surprised at how well Ugu is playing the bot side. He's Ashe, so he can confidently and safely just play back. Hecarim E will knock Issy right into the lane. Issy does flash out. That is going to be Hecarim going to go forward there with the ultimate. Oh, nice little vital procs there from Fiora, who just needs one more to get a kill, and she will just walk herself over and get that kill. PR now looking yet again. They know exactly where Lux is, but the channel is going to be getting off there, and unfortunately, that roam is for nothing other than vision.
I mean, that is true, but, vision is playing a huge part in this game so far for World Enders. Ezreal was looking for the engaged bot lane. Ashe Arrow, and it's just CC forever for the bot lane. There's not much they can do here.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we talked about, right? The cleanse, but I don't even think the cleanse would have helped in that situation because, if need be, they just continuously go on Soraka like they just did, and that's incredibly unfortunate. But they get so much out of that. Not a lot to push here in the bot lane, but they definitely do spot out Jay, who now has that Janna to deal with. Will be able to Q smite that and escape his jungle. He is actually going to be opting in for the Sunfire Manamuné Hecarim build. And Surprisingly enough, he actually isn't down that much CS despite, you know, what you're seeing right now, the entirety of World Enders essentially crip walking in his jungle.
Yep, Hecarim doesn't have a whole lot of real estate to work with. He's looking for top lane again, and at this point, that's realistically how you want to try to get back into this game. Try to
Oh,
hyperscale
nice little
into this
parry
Fiora
there.
head.
Yeah, they keep trying for the Fiora here. That surely is going to be another Yasuo kill going over to Fiora. Oh, ultimate coming out from the Yasuo, but it will just be to no avail as he does go down yet again. Q from Lux will land on top of the wave. Not quite sure if that was the intended target or not, but nonetheless, the E will definitely explode. Slicing Maelstrom is going to be flashed out here in the mid lane. Ultimate for Summoner spell, definitely worth. But now Janna as well, prepping that NATO. Oh, Zac gets parried. Vital has yet to be popped there. It did take Trizzy quite a while because he actually was just walking towards the Vital. Jay will actually meet up on PR. PR might actually be out at this because of that NATO. Oh, E is actually going to be charged. I think that they think PR has someone behind him, and as a result, they definitely don't want to do anything here.
I mean, they do have the Zac there. They do have like the Kennen with Prio mid.
Yeah, Prio.
So it's you know, it's definitely dicey. I feel like if they try to take the fight there, PR still has flash up, so he's able to flash away, buy time. I think it's definitely spooky on the side of INS to try and take that fight. I believe Trizzy was about half HP as well.
Oh, and look at that. The continuous pings towards mid lane. We've seen this before. This potentially could be Lux's third death of the game here. Jay is now moving up as well. Like you said, not a lot to play off of real estate-wise. Soraka is going to be the target of everything here. Now, finally, the exhaust does come out, and a little bit late. Soraka actually died with the heal up as well. Zac now diving this tower, uses the ultimate to give Yasuo the way for his ult. He actually just walked into the Janna NATO, but they potentially could still look to turn this around. Yasuo is tanking up the tower. There's so much target switching going on in this tower right now. Trizzy somehow survives that 1v3, and, you know, pretty confident overall. You just lose your ult for about 2 ults or so, and you got to be happy that you at least didn't die for that one.
Yeah, and he manages to hold on to the flash too, so if they try to repeat that, he still has that up to try and get away. As mentioned earlier, I think Trizzy's definitely the one you have to try to play through right now.
Right?
Just try to get that Fiora on a hyper carry, you know, path, and try to 1v9 this game in the side lanes.
Yeah, it's a very difficult game. I honestly think that they could have killed Ashe there. Oh, nice little Q there from the Lux. Slicing Maelstrom does come out. Hecarim is getting burned, and we will just go down here. That is going to be a double kill, potentially, if Adam really wants to continue this. Flashes right over the final spike. Oh my god! They do trade it, but not before Adam gets that one auto attack, which is able to give himself the double.
That is straight up an ego play from...
Oh no!
From
Oh my
Adam.
god! Oh my god, the late throw from that NATO. Beautiful of Issy to bait out the parry. Oh. Zac is looking there for an engage with his E. He should have range on the Soraka right now. Remember, Soraka does have that heal and the flash. He is charging up, so Royal will be the target. Flashes right out the Q. Now going to be knocking him backwards. Ashe is just free hitting here. Heal being used from the Soraka. Ugu is 1 HP. Soraka actually flashing forward. Will not get that heal just in time. Jay is here to try cleaning things up. Smite now being used as well as Janna is just using her ultimate for the most part. Zac is doing as much damage as he can right now with the Sunfire. And he does have flash as well if need be. Oh, final spark going to be used there. Not going to be able to land on top of anyone. Zac going to be missing his E as well. That is going to be Herald. That is going to be spawned, and it will instantly take that tower for first tower blood off the game, going over to the side of the World Enders. Oh, and immediately into the drag as well. Second drag.
Yeah, they know that the pot lane bagged. Jeez. And the mid has Prio with the Kennen. Kennen's got ult up, but it's pretty free dragon. You're up a lot of gold. Right. You can't really contest it. Unfortunate that Hecarim didn't have the ultimate available there. If he had that, I think he definitely could have cleaned that up. Oh, as Kennen's looking,
he might.
He's hunting in the mid lane.
Kennen was definitely looking here. Fiora will actually get her back stopped here as well. Man, oh man, Final Spark now going to be used in the mid lane to try and cutting the wave here. Slicing Maelstrom still available as well. Janna was trying to enter. She actually does have Smite. I'm not quite sure if that's a visual bot.
I just realized that, and I'm realizing that's why she was following Raul around the whole time. She was smiting the camps to clear them faster.
Oh, interesting.
So it's a funnel type deal
Right.
onto the Zac, it seems, as we see with a 30 CS advantage. How did we miss that? Oh my. Okay, we're trolling. Super interesting tech coming out from PR then.
Feels like something they should have been told. I mean, the rules are, as long as you are underneath the cap, you are able to play.
Hecarim, I don't think you want to look for anything here. You're
Yeah, Hecarim has 1 HP, does get filled up to about 35%, now 50. I mean, it's pretty obvious that, yeah, it's pretty obvious that he's there if Soraka keeps moving back and forth. Shirelli's now being procced as well. W will go out for the Janna. Q from the cannon going to be missed as well. Oh, Janna could look for something here. Q will restore some HP to Soraka. Final Spark yet again going to be missed out on.
Very short cooldown though. It should be back up in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I think World Enders are kind of just waiting for INS to overstep here, and if not, they're content to just keep pressuring these side lanes, mid lane, and pick up more dragons, because right now INS has no what's the word I'm looking for? No. Oh, Zac with the tower dive.
Yeah, Zac is now going to try to dive here. Nice little Gale Force there for the Ashe. Does give out that double. Roll just 1 HP is going to be able to live tier 2. Now going to be, you know, teetering the brink of death. There is no help here for the bot lane at all, and that will be tier 2 now going out. Slicing Maelstrom in the mid lane. Nice little cleanse flash does keep Lux alive for a little bit longer.
Just barely living again with 1 HP.
Oh, Final Spark going to be used. So I'm not quite sure if it cut the wave or not. Oh, nice little E there. Hecarim ultimate into the back line. That is going to be a heal being used for the Ashe. She will take a tower shot and will go down to Jay, who does get a nice little chunk of change in his pocket. Parry now going to be used as well. Unfortunately, a little bit too late there. Fiora does get knocked up here. The Yasuo is just stacking that lethal tempo. Fiora now using her own ultimate. Oh my god, she's giving herself a salsa lesson as she's just walking around the Yasuo. Finally does kill him.
It looked like she canceled a lot of autos there, or was autoing minions, because I thought she should have procced her ultimate way sooner. In the end, it didn't matter. Kennan's looking top as well, though, but he's half HP. He doesn't have ult, so he needs to be careful.
Oh, 100%.
If Drizzy had more vision, he probably could have flashed on him and tried to kill him there. But, you know, not knowing where this Zac is as he's wreaking havoc on the team is definitely a worry.
Oh, Zac is able to collect on top of Adam. Yeah, they do get the shutdown onto the Janna, or not shutdown rather, but the kill. And mass pings here for this this Herald. Oh, TP actually in the backside as well. Caitlyn trap is going to be used here. Yasuo is able to evade. Huge 3-man engage there. The Ashe Hero does connect as well. Parry is going to be used. I'm not sure if they're able to trade this off. And that unfortunately will just be Hecarim, who does trade it off. But that is 4 members of INS who get instantly deleted by Zac and Yasuo.
Yep, really good combo from Issy and Raul. I'm surprised that the Yasuo ult was up again that fast. It must have... I guess it comes up pretty fast looking at the timer ticking down up there. It's pretty short cooldown. But he had just used it before he died to Trizzy in top lane, and then TP'd there and was immediately ready to ult. Really good heads-up play by Issy.
Huge heads-up awareness. I'm surprised that the Caitlyn didn't actually want to trap that into circle or anything like that, but nonetheless, huge heads-up awareness is able to evade that Caitlyn trap, which beautifully sets him up for Roll's engage. Roll coming in clutch with that with the Zac ultimate, sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's looking really, really crazy. Oh, Hecarim ultimate now as well onto the Ashe, who actually does flash towards her Janna, who has popped the Shirelius. This is going to be soul point for the side of WE.
Raul really has just been all over the map this game.
Right. I mean, I
Making
love the
things happen in
rotations
every
from him.
lane.
Fiora really needs to be careful here. Ash Arrow is up. Oh, parry is out. That's a free opportunity for Ash Arrow if need be, but she's way too deep and they do call it off. You know, despite being down about 9k, the kills are relatively close. I'm actually really proud of INS.
Yeah, a lot of the difference here is in the CS between
Yep.
mid lane, you know, pretty decent size, and bot as well, jungle. Top lane about the only one that's pretty even. Oh.
Yeah, they just had a pause, so the way
Oh,
that
okay,
this
okay.
works is that the
Yeah,
game
it
just kind of
freezes for a
buffers.
moment.
Yeah, so don't worry, it's not your Twitch stream or anything like that. You didn't just watch a stream go down or skip in frames or anything like that. The game should resume normal in a second. But yeah, I mean, the Zac is well building into, I believe that's Demonic. Huge buy.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Q from Soraka not able to land on quite anything. I think at this point you just need to constantly go for the Fiora, and unfortunately that Hecarim E onto the minion is not how you do it. Yasuo trying his best to get a NATO going. Q from Zac is going to be able to bring the Soraka back. Oh, he tried getting that little cheeky E over the wall, but unfortunately it's not going to be able to go down here. Herald is still up as well. They need to delete the Herald. Oh my god, left with about 50 HP after running through the Caitlyn Q, after running through the Lux E. Unfortunate stuff, and it does kind of leave that outer Nexus tower in a brittle state. Ghost E is going to be used here to push the cannon forward. Not what you wanted! You pushed the Slicing Maelstrom into your own team! The W from the Ashe as well, able to trade over to Lux. Fiora is trying her best to do anything here. Will get knocked up by the Janna as well. Jay is the last one standing, and that will be a triple to Zac. A double over to Ashe, and surely this is going to be the game here, and I believe is the quickest game at the KDL in 22 minutes. And they are just going to shove multiple waves.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the fastest one yet.
Wow, wow, wow. What an incredible game from the World Enders, but not a game that you want to look at if you are INS and feel bad about. They played very, very well. And first of many, they do have a lot of other games. All right. Wow, we are going to be looking at the damage. And the way that it's working, since we do have a triple header for INS, we will just strictly be dragging in the World Enders, not so much INS, because, you know, it's kind of awkward to talk about a game after it continuously happens. Looking at the damage. Cannon doing so much damage, wow.
We'll see lots more of INS tonight before we talk to them.
They do a lot of damage, surprisingly. Just give us a second here as we do update our overlays. All right, and now we are talking with the World Enders. The World Enders are here. Congratulations, World Enders, on your incredible victory and a nice little bounce back from that game versus GME.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The World Enders died, apparently.
World Enders, bro.
Well, I want to ask, because, you know, this is a team that constantly is role swapping. Adam, how does it feel to finally get the Kennen mid again?
Oh, it's so nice. I honestly didn't think I'd get it. You know, with if we switch up our team comp, we have like 3 people off role, so we're just under the threshold for what's allowed. So I can play mid if that's the case. It's left open, so.
And then PR,
yeah, nice.
and then PR, we were told that, you know, Janna is one of
He's
the
not here.
champions. Oh, he isn't. Okay. Well, I want to ask Jasisi. PR is one of those Janna mains, quote unquote, you know, when it comes to autofill support. Eddie was just moving around the map, especially with Raul. Maybe this isn't a question towards Jasisi. Maybe it's more so Raul. Raul, you know, was this something that you guys have practiced before in scrims, having that Zac and the Janna both having smite and encouraging each other to move deeper and deeper into the enemy jungle?
We didn't practice it at all. He was just like, I think he's done it before or something.
This man 5 seconds before
or
the
he saw a
fucking.
video.
he was very adamant about it. He wanted to pick it. He wanted to invade the fucking jungler the whole game.
Because I'm taking smite. Jungle
And
John.
then like 5 seconds before, he's like, "Oh wait, should I take exhaust actually?" And then he's like, "No, no, no, I'm taking Smite."
So
It
that
was,
was not intentional at all.
It was his choice. We were like, if you want to do it, man, you do it. Like nothing we practice.
It kind of fits our playstyle. We like to invade a lot and be
We
aggressive.
like
and,
to play aggressive early, so
yeah.
Fair enough.
if
fair
it works
enough.
out, it works out well.
Fair enough. And then Ugu, 1v2 all game. Was that the game plan for this, or like was that just as a result of that accidental, smite?
When PR told me that he wants to go smite Janna and he told me to pick something safe, I knew what was coming up. So yeah, it was
So
the
just
plan.
sitting back, throwing out W's.
Let me just say, it was a 1v2 top lane too, bro.
it was a 1v2 top. I can't lie. Yeah, there was.
So there's a Herald running down mid lane, and suddenly there's a Hecarim in my lane. I don't know, man.
You were kind of the role of this game where you're absorbing all that jungle pressure.
True, but I'm not as tilted as he is. I had fun, bro. I got to pick my ass off.
Wait, who tilted him?
Fair enough.
Who
Fair
was
enough.
tilted? Not me.
Fair
Not
enough.
you, bro.
All right. Well, congratulations and good luck on you guys' future wins.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Oh, oops. Accidentally. Well, I
That's
didn't
very
even
rude
mean
of
for
you.
that. Yeah, my bad. But we will now be taking a short break, and when we come back, that is going to be an INS restream of INS versus LOR. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the KDL.
Pick up your weapon